Good morning, everybody. Welcome into the 12th of February 2022. This is Spirit of Life Alchemy, and we're here to do the morning message tarot reading linked to today's astrology from the UK. So today the moon is going to be in lovely nurturing Cancer all day long. It's going to make a square to Chiron, a trine to Jupiter, and a sextile to Uranus. So it's a day of feeling your vulnerabilities and healing old wounds and hurts, while dreaming big, expansive dreams. Possibly making radical breakthroughs for self-love and nurturing, and just really being there for you. Lovely, lovely energies for the weekend. Okay, let's do some cards and see what the cards have to say. So we're going to start off with our Wisdom of the Oracle deck. I'm going to shuffle these. What do we need to know for today? The 12th of February 2022. Messages from Spirit, please, for the collective. Okay, what advice and help and support can you give us to navigate today's energies? The 12th of February 2022. Okay, so Venus and Mars for about today, tomorrow they're starting their little tango of togetherness, going through till nearly the middle of March. We're always within a degree of each other, tangoing round Capricorn and into Aquarius together. So lots of energies to balance divine masculine and divine feminine within yourself. Oh, shoulders are a bit tight this morning. That feels better. So yes, this very interesting month. We've got the last few days of Pluto being trine in the north node and sextile in the south node. I'm just going to take that out. I did see what it was. Okay, that's quite funny. Right then, what do we need to know for today? The 12th of, I want to keep saying December, the 12th of February 2022. Okay, land of milk and honey. Mending. And never-ending story. And the cards that jumped out, the first one that jumped out was New Life. And then Unfinished Symphony as well. So let's have a look and see what the story is here. Okay. So the message I'm getting through from this is that sort of I've got new life, new beginnings, but it's part of a continuum. Okay, Unfinished Symphony and Never-Ending Story. The overlapping circles and cycles, and as parts of us complete certain things and evolve into new beginnings, there's still other parts of us that are still being worked on, still being mended. But the bigger picture of everything is, you know, the abundance and the wonder of it all. milk and honey. Everything we need is in these cycles. Okay, it feels just a bit like that at the moment. Sort of these different planetary cycles and aspects going on, all overlapping each other. And as one thing resolves and opens up into a new beginning, there's other stories unfolding and going on, and sort of unfinished parts of our lives that continue to, I think I want these, continue to evolve. And all we can do, well, we can do lots of things, but the best thing to do is to appreciate all the abundance in the journeys that we're taking. So we're going to use the Thoth deck today. Oh, that was a bit of a rubbish shuffle. Let's see if we can do a bit better this time. Okay. So what do we need to know for today? Messages from Spirit for the collective, please, for the 12th of February 2022. What do we need to know? What guidance and support can the cards give us to navigate today's energies? I feel like my shoulders are just coming up. It feels really weird. What do we need to know for today? Go and have a Epsom salts bath later. Release those muscles. What do we need to know for today? 12th of February 2022. Messages from Spirit for the collective, please. I've got a card jump out. We'll look at that in a moment. See where we are. 8 of Wands. Lust. Prince of Swords, that's the Knight. 10 of Cups. Queen of Swords. 6 of Wands. Wheel of Fortune. 9 of Cups. And at the bottom we've got the 10 of Wands and the World. And the 3 of Wands there. And the card that fell out, 3 of Cups. Okay, so have a look. Where are we? Check. Okay. Okay. So where we find ourselves at the moment, the 8 of Wands, swiftness, Mercury in Sagittarius, things changing very quickly, information coming in that changes the situation very fast. Could be things you've been waiting for a while. Just suddenly a message comes in, the way ahead is cleared. I remember years ago having dreams where I was in a little sports car. Always promised myself a little soft top 2-seater sports car because I wouldn't have any room for any baggage. But I knew I knew when I would have made it, because I'd have a little 2-seater soft top sports car and there'd be no room for any baggage. So I would have had to deal with all my baggage. Anyway, the other car metaphor from that was, driving on long straight road, and in front of me were a lorry or like a big bus or something. I think it was a lorry, but just being stuck behind it and stuck behind it and stuck behind it for what felt like ages in the dream, and then suddenly the road was clear, and I remember just sort of pulling out onto the other side of the road and flying past this lorry, this juggernaut, whatever it was that had been in my way and holding me back, and just the road ahead being clear, and just into top gear, foot to the pedal to the floor, and just zooming away. Mountains in the background, long straight road, either sunrise or sunset or something, and just that sense of freedom and speed as the whatever was holding me up, the juggernaut in front of me, I was able to get past it. That's the sense I get with the Eight of Wands, like electric and lightning coming in that just suddenly changes everything. What this does, or what this could do, is the Major Arcana 11. It's called Lust in this deck. It's called Strength in lots of other decks, but in this deck it's called Lust. And it just makes me think of connecting to inner passions and fire, and that was a sacral volcanic energy of inspiration. That's what's waiting to come up with from the Eight of Wands. Could come in very quickly as messages. Oh, sorry, I forgot to say this is the Moon card. The unconscious, subconscious mind, the intuition, the emotions. Okay, and then the Mercury card, your mind, intellect, information, communication, self-expression. We've got the Prince of Swords. It could be a message coming in from something. I've got Morse code going on in my ear. I have no idea about Morse code, but what I'm getting is messages coming in through the airwaves. So it could be, I don't know, hearing a song or something on the radio, or overhearing a conversation sat on the bus or something like that. But it's a message coming through the airwaves to you, and it changes everything very fast and sparks this passion, this internal desire coming up, this lust for life. The Venus card, which is our values around love and money, relationship, friendship, friends, balance, not just this, what we're talking about, harmony, beauty, pleasure, joy and fun in our life. We've got the Ten of Cups, satiety, and this is, let's say Jupiter in Pisces, but it's not, because the 9 is, so Mars in Pisces. So yeah, this sort of eruption of emotional joy and love and contentment and everything coming up. This is the happy ever after card, emotionally happy ever after. So this message that comes through the airwaves that sparks our passion, it can give us our happy ever after. Now when I say happy ever after, it's making me go back to the new life with Unfinished Symphony and never ending story. That even when we come into these moments of bliss and milk and honey and everything, there's still in the background all the other stuff going on. Okay, and still stuff to be working on. But for a moment in time, and often it does just feel like a moment in time. If you're lucky, you might get a few days, a few weeks of da-da, before sort of the reality of life sets back in. Again, another little anecdote of getting out of a relationship many years ago, that I'd been unhappy for a very long time, and it had taken me absolutely forever to get out of this relationship. And I did it, and that I just had a moment of just pure joy and a sense of freedom and everything. And then sort of first time I went out meeting people, new people and things like that, the weight of what that relationship had done to me, and sort of the reality of the situation of where I was at the end of that relationship was the unfinished symphony and the never-ending story. And in that moment, it's like, oh, the new thing is to build a life, create your new life, new friends, build new memories, a new story. So although I was in a new life, there was all this stuff in the past. Like squirrels just jumped off my roof onto the tree in front. Branch just goes. So yeah, in the moment of liberation and freedom, it was only like a few days before the realisation of the reality of what that relationship had meant, and the enormous amounts of work I had in front of me to heal from that relationship. We did it. And had the most fun ever. Burning the candle at both ends for a long time. But yeah, just creating the new story, creating new memories, and things like that. It was just a very poignant moment. Just remember, sort of when I think back to it, just that, I thought, oh. So yeah, so there's a breakthrough here. Something we could have been working on for a long time, and we could have a breakthrough of it today. Okay, and then the Sun card, which is our conscious mind, core identity, core vitality, inner strength, how we shine out into the world. We have the Queen of Swords. Be very discerning about stuff. If it is a situation like I've just described from my life, then the message of the Queen of Swords is to cut the crap from the past away. Don't need you anymore. Swing, off you go, and free yourself from that. This brings us to the Mars card, which is how we take action, our ambition, our will, drive, determination. We've got the Six of Wands, victory, celebration, and overcoming obstacles, getting the victory at the end. I would say at the end of the journey, but it's not, because it's a six. The six is brief respites along the journey before we plunge into the self-examination of the sevens. But for a moment, we enjoy Jupiter in Leo, and feel victorious in our journeys. The Jupiter card, hope, optimism, opportunities, what's working in our life, expansiveness, truth, justice, freedom. We've got the Jupiter card, we've got the Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune brings about change in our circumstances. And I do feel that it's a change for the better just because of the position that it's in and because of the rest of the reading. I mean, often with sort of the Wheel of Fortune, it represents just a change, and I don't take it any further than that with people, because if it's upright, it's a change for the better. If it's retrograde, reverse, a change for the worse. I don't see it like that. I don't read reversal cards. I don't think you need to in the tarot. I think sort of the combination of the cards and how they work together and how the reader interprets the cards when they're together gives you an indication of what's going on and whether, you know, it's likely to be a change. Also getting out of the duality of good and bad, that I don't think there is any such thing, even sort of in bad situations. There's also, you know, you look back on them later and think, well, if that bad thing hadn't have happened, then I wouldn't have had this opportunity now, you know. So I think it's a false dichotomy. Anyway, I feel like I'm rambling a lot today. I'm feeling a bit delirious, a bit delirious with exhaustion. So anyway, yes, the Jupiter card, we've got the Jupiter position, we've got the Jupiter card of the Wheel of Fortune, and then the Saturn card, what's working against us, obstacles, limitations, restrictions, responsibilities, commitments. We've got the Nine of Cups, which is, this is Jupiter in Pisces. Okay, Jupiter used to rule Pisces. This is a emotional wish card. The message I'm getting for this is be careful what you wish for. When you're making new wishes for manifestation, you often get what you ask for. So what I've learned over the years is to be careful what you ask for, because sometimes, you know, what you don't understand sort of the consequences of getting what you wished for. It comes in a way that you wasn't expecting. So yes, you get the new partner, but it's a tower moment in your life and the whole perfect relationship, but the rest of your life just collapses as a big part of getting into that relationship. And it's like, well, I wasn't. Oh, that's not what I asked for. Well, I did ask for that, but I didn't ask for that. Yes. I once asked for Pan. And I got him. But yeah, and that's a whole nother story. That's too much of a story for this channel. Anyway, so yes, be careful what you wish for. Okay, then the cards at the bottom of the deck. The first one to come out was the Ten of Pentacles. Wealth. This is what is it in Virgo. My God, my brain today. Mercury in Virgo. Okay, which Mercury rules Virgo. So it's the card of stability, groundedness, you know, the firm foundations, the career, the money in the bank, the family, you know, all the 3D things that we're supposed to want. Okay. Whatever that means in your life, the stability of, is it a well-paid job? Is it a creative career that, you know, gives you enough to live on? Is it being in a family or partner situation, or whatever? It's what gives you your security and stability, which brings us to the universe and the completion of a cycle. So we've got the universe completion, we've got new life, we've got stability and security from this thing that's coming in, this message through the airwaves. And then we have the Three of Wands, virtue, the Sun in Aries. This is, well, the first sign of the zodiac. The Sun entering Aries sparks the new year. This could actually be a timing card. The message that keeps coming through this last week or two is that we're gestating something that's going to be born at spring equinox. This for me today is spring equinox. So could be the results of you manifesting coming through at spring equinox. Whatever you're gestating, you're giving birth to. There's definitely a message of this new beginning. And the card that jumped out finally, and I will stop rambling then, is we've got Mercury in Cancer. It's time for a celebration, babes. With all this stuff going on, it just definitely feels like a day of celebration. Something gets completed, the thing we've been waiting for sparks us coming through, the new life. Okay, so anyway, I hope this reading resonated for you. If it did, then please like, share and subscribe to the channel. If you like notifications, wiggly bell, doodah, thingy bobs, as we say every time. If you like a personal reading from me, then email me at the email address below this video in the description box. Have a wonderful day, and until tomorrow, thank you for watching.